Gentlemen, we have got more members now than the Australians have runs.
That wouldn't have been hard.
Well, if you can't get excited at that, at least get excited at the result from last Friday. How good was that?
Sensational.
Adam?
Well, I was very impressed with Hawthorn on the weekend. I thought you're not only playing Essendon, but you're playing against their drug program as well, it seems. And for them to do what they did to them on Friday night was nothing short of superb.
And their buddies bitch.
You know, I cop flack for that, but have a look at his record against Essendon, and you can be the most parochial Essendon supporter you want to be, but you can't dispute the fact that Buddy Franklin takes the piss out of the Essendon Football Club.
I think he averages something like 5 against them lifetime, and it's like 7 for the last 5 games or something.
It works like this. We had the line in the sand game. We finished low down. We got priority picks. One of those is Buddy. That's what happens when you draw a line in the sand. Can't find an Essendon supporter to save ourselves though, can we?
Oh, there was one that jumped all over my Facebook on the weekend. A good mate of mine he is too, Brian Buchanan, but was not happy with me.
All right, well, Bards, remind us of what that great score was.
All right, Grant. The score was Hawthorn 22-11-143, defeating S-Injection 13-9-87.
Could you remind us of what that score was again, please, Bards?
22-11-143, defeating Essendon 13-9-87.
And the great thing is, if I want to keep reminding people, I can cut that out and just copy, can't I?
You can indeed.
All right, how about some goal kickers?
Oh, the big fella up the front had a lazy 8, 4 to Roughhead, 2 to Gunston, 2 to Lewis, 2 to Bruce, 2 to Piopolo, and singles to Hale and Rioli.
He's making a late claim as the Coleman medalist.
51-1 that he was last week would have been nice.
You didn't get on that, Bards?
No, I didn't. I don't think he's that short now.
Good for all concerned that you didn't, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to jinx him.
All right, some votes.
5 to Franklin, 8 goals, and he was everywhere. It was one of those days where he looked on from the start and it was all going to happen. 4 to Mitchell, 3 to Piopolo, 2 to Rioli, and 1 to Jordan Lewis.
Couldn't get Bailey in there?
I could have got 100 other blokes in there, to be honest. I don't think anyone played a bad game. Bailey was very good, especially his tap work. He outpointed Ryder all night. And remember, Ryder was the one that was outpointing Natanui in that close game in Perth a few months back. So he's no mug. Sewell was good again. Guerra, probably his best game all year. Stratton did a good job down back. Everyone was good, mate. Those blokes were my best 5.
Adam, where did we win this?
Where did we win it? Well, we won it because we were able to stem Essendon's flow early in the game. Essendon got the jump, but we just restructured and cut off their supply into their forward line. I thought Guerra was well worth a vote. I thought he was worth at least 3 of your 5. Brownlow medalist Sam Mitchell was superb, but I thought it was Guerra's just about his best game for the club.
Did you remind Mrs. Wedlock of that?
I did, but she was too busy. She actually found out the score. We watched the game on delay. She found out the score, so she nicked off. Very impressive. Jake Maelstrom is a scumbag, and I got the word earlier in the week that Lewis was going to do a job on Heppel, and that's exactly what happened. Heppel got plenty of the ball, but Lewis hurt him the other way. We were just too good all over the ground, Jets.
Got to enjoy that one, don't we?
Our centre clearance work was superb. Something that we sort of lacked in a couple of games that we still got over the line on a few months ago. So that was great. My father-in-law was an Essendon supporter, and I waited with the door open at the pub for him to get off the train. I invited him in for a beer, and he wasn't interested in the beer, but I said, what happened there? And he said, just too good a kick inside, he said, and he's a good football watcher. To just use the ball way too well, and they couldn't get near it when watching it. That's what it was, that. And the forward pressure, Piopolo and Rioli, they were magnificent up front. You know, every time Essendon got the ball, they were under a heap of pressure. and it just made it easy for everyone else.
All right, well, we'll savour that, and we've got to move on, though, because we've still got 5 more rounds to worry about before we get to the final. So a win's a win. That was a great win. Any win against Essendon is a great win, whether it's by 56 points or whether by 1 point. So let's move on. Bards, got a blast.
I do, mate. I have a blast. Following a theme here, but this is for Tim, a river in Egypt, Watson. And if you don't know what that is, it's denial. Now, I understand that a parent wants to be protective of their children at all costs. I don't have one myself, but Grant, I'm sure you'll agree with that. But Job's a big boy now, Tim. You need to let him look after himself. No comments. That's what you could go with. You don't have to be drawn in on every question. But I heard you on the radio on SEN on Monday morning. You've come out and you've said that AOD 9604 is being approved of human use because there's 16 hospital ethics boards that have ticked it off. They've ticked it off for a clinical trial for people that have to write papers that are pages and pages long to get approval to inject this stuff into people that are putting their hands up because they're broke students and they want something to do and get a bit of money. It's not approved for footballers and to use for a regime. You're kidding yourself. Just walk away, say, I'm not going to comment on this one, boys, I'm too close to it, and stay out of it. No, you want to keep coming up with all these bloody facts that you think are facts and they're just wrong. It took them at SEN about an hour to have a doctor on the radio refute everything that you said. So give it up, Tim. Stick to reading out the weather or whatever you do on Channel 7.
Hey, this drug sounds like that song, Jenny, 865309.
I'll leave that one up for you. That's outside my music repertoire.
Okay, Adam, you got a whack.
I've got a whack, and it's simply this. The Essendon Football Club, you are a disgrace. An absolute disgrace to the game. It's a disgrace to the institution that's AFL football. James Hird once was an ornament of the game, is now no more than a laughing stock and a sideshow. Just a disgrace what's going on. And Andrew Demetriou will be leaving the country this week to go and watch the New York Jets train. You're better off going to watch the Melbourne Football Club train. Get back in the country and oversee what's going to go down next week.
Well, I'm not going to go to the Essendon Football Club for a fair suck at the sav. I'm going to go Bruce McAvaney. Since when has Bruce McAvaney been judge, jury and executioner? Oh, Hodgie, that's a trip. That'll be 1 week. That was his comment. Fair suck at the sav, Bruce. Just commentate the game.
Let's rock!
All right, Barnes, hopefully the decisions made at the table tonight at Hawthorn are better than ones being made at Old Trafford.
Grant. I tell you what, Barnes' blast is not going to be footy related next week, I can tell you now.
All right, well, give it to us.
All right, from the back line, Stratton, Lake, Guerra, halfbacks Sewell, Gibson and Hodge, centre line Smith, Mitchell and Hill, half forwards are Gunson, Roughhead and Bruce, forward line Burgoyne, Franklin and Rioli, the rucks are Bailey, Lewis and Piopolo, and to interchange Whitecross, Giray, Savage and Hale. Emergencies Cheney, Segler and Simpkin. So coming in, Sean Burgoyne, going out the unlucky Jono Simpkin.
So they gave him the red vest and then they gave him the arse.
He's a bit stiff, mate. He could not have done any more than what he's done, but again, you look at the side, it's hard to see who else is going to go out, so unlucky for him.
I'm sure he'll bounce back, Bards. He's a good player.
He's very handy, and look, if he is our depth player, then we're in a good spot.
Gentlemen, here we go. This is an unusual occurrence. And Buds, you're not going to be there. A home game at the G, 2:10 Saturday afternoon. Rare as it might be, against the Tigers, who, to be honest, always cause some bloody upset against us. So they started us on the road to greatness last year. What's going to be our fate here?
Well, you say that they always cause an upset, and I was thinking that earlier in the week, but they've only beaten us once out of their last 6, and that was last year. I rate them, though. I think their loss in Sydney last week, I think they're a very good young football team. And whilst they won't beat Hawthorn, I think that it'll be a very entertaining game of footy. And they're more than watchable, the Tigers.
Yeah, look, a few weeks ago I probably would have said that I was a bit worried about midfield battle with the Tigers, but in the last month we've really had some improvement in that area with Savage and Smith stepping up, and obviously with Burgon back this week, Hodgie's playing good footy, Lewis has come back playing good footy, and Mitchell's been playing well all year. So I think that's their strength and we can match them there. Our forward line, we showed our opponent we can be, and they don't have the backs to go with us, so I think we'll win the game. But I would agree with Adam that it will be a good game of football.
All right, well, it looks like Adam and I are going to have to tell you about it, Bards. From the comfort of the bar there, what do you reckon you'll be watching as a victory margin?
I'm pretty confident, mate. I reckon we'll win this one by 36 points.
Adam?
Yeah, something close to that. I'll go 37 points. I think Bards is right on the mark. 6 goals, but it'll be good. It'll be a good tight game early.
All right, well, I'll go 5 goals and we're all about there. So, on that note, gentlemen, go Hawks.
Go Hawks.